Hi guys, this is Sai Kumar Kortiwada. In this video, we will learn about NG template outlet and the purpose of NG template outlet and how to test NG template outlet in Angular. Let me quickly jump into Visual Studio Code. Here, if you see, I have created a project, and inside this project I have created some examples for NG template outlet, and these examples are completely explained in my previous video of Angular tutorial. I'll provide the link in the description. Please watch that particular video before understanding this video. So here we are using a NG template, and this NG template are making as a reusable content, and this reusable content I'll be using in my application, and I'll check each and every value which has been tested with my ng template outlet and its context. So what I want to do is, let me go to the spec file and let me create two variables. So my variables are let fixture colon, it's a component fixture which is of app component, and also I'm creating a component instance variable, so that will be equivalent to my app component type. And let me create that two variables instances. Fixture is equal to testbed dot create component of app component, and then let me create component instance equal to fixture dot component instance. So I have created this, and let me create the first use case. What is my first use case? I want to test this particular ng template outlet along with the context. So that means I want to test this particular scenario. For this sake, to access the elements, we cannot access the elements by using ng container because we cannot provide any IDs for this ng container. So what I can do, I can provide some IDs for this paragraph. Let me provide an ID is equal to para ID, and let me provide an ID for this h1. ID is equal to heading ID. But here the problem is this template is not fixed. This template is not fixed template. That means it will not have only one paragraph and one h1. It is a reusable ID. So we have to pass these IDs also dynamically so that we can test for each and every template and each and every place wherever we are using. So what I can do is, instead of using all this as a context directly, what I'll do is I'll pass one ID which is a testing ID. So let me pass container ID. So this container ID I can pass like let me give a unique name, implicit container ID. So I'll consider this ID, and what I'll do, I'll capture this particular IDs in my template. So I want to capture at a reusable template. So let hyphen unique ID equal to, what is my unique ID? That means the ID which I passed. So let me capture this unique ID and concatenate with my para ID. So what I can do, I can use interpolation, and let me combine this unique ID, and let me copy the same unique ID and pass here and interpolate them. So let me use interpolation for this ID, and these IDs will be dynamic now. So I can use these IDs and I can test. For the first time, the ID would be something like implicit container ID plus the ID which is used here. That means para ID. So let me go to the spec file. Let me create container with implicit and context. Let me have a callback. Inside the callback, let me use fixture dot update. Here there is a missing of closing brace. Fixture dot detect changes, and fixture dot when stable, it is a promise based, then of response. That means an empty response I will be capturing, and inside this I want to test that particular IDs. So how can I test that particular IDs? We can test that IDs by using element colon. What is my element? That element should be equivalent to this particular ID. So element colon or HTML paragraph element is equal to fixture dot debug element dot native element dot, what is my native element? It should be equivalent to my query selector of hash. What is my hash value? The value is equivalent to para ID and the dynamic value which we are using. That means what is my dynamic ID? It is equivalent to my implicit container ID. Let me copy this and pass here. So it should be something like this. And to separate these two IDs, what I'll do is I'll use underscore. So let me create like this plus underscore. So what I'm using, paragraph ID underscore unique ID. That means it should be something like this. So paragraph ID unique ID. And now I got that particular ID. Let me check whether that ID exists or not. Expect of element dot to be truthy. That means whether it is existing or not. And one more expectation is expect of element dot inner HTML dot to equal of what is my equivalent value. It should be equivalent to my built-in value, whether I am passing the built-in value or not. Yes, I am passing the built value from implicit keyword. So what it should be equal to? It should be equal to inbuilt value. Let me copy this inbuilt value and pass it as a string. So semicolon and save this and save this. Let me go to the terminal and run ng test. There is an error, expect a null to be truthy. That means we are getting an ID of null. Why we are getting an ID of null? So we are hard coding this particular value, but the problem is the para ID is not dynamic values. I can use the quotes. This is a static value, and whereas unique ID is a dynamic value. Save this. So I have given the para ID as a static value, and now you can see here the total test cases has been successfully compiled. Here also the heading ID is a text, and let me separate it with underscore value. So heading ID underscore that unique value. So I can expect this value whether that the heading exists or not. So if you see here, the name heading is dependent on the name. What is the name I am passing here? The first container. So let me go to the spec file and let me expect one more element, const or head element colon HTML heading element is equal to fixture dot debug element dot native element dot query selector of what is my query selector? Hash the static value. The static value of that is heading ID. Let me copy this heading ID and it will be suffixed with underscore some unique ID. What is my unique ID? The implicit container ID. Let me copy this and pass here. So this heading should exist. Expect of element dot to be truthy. So to be truthy, and what is my second expectation? The expectation would be head element and expect of head element dot to dot inner HTML dot to equal of what is my equivalent value. The value should be equivalent to my name. What is my name? Passed first container. Let me copy this first container and go to my spec file, paste here, save this, and also HTML save. Let me give semicolon and save. If you see here, all my test cases has been successfully qualified. Now my HTML and one reusable testing is done. And now what I want to test is I want to test this particular ng container. So here we are passing only name but not the implicit value. Here in this case, I'll pass one more ID that is equivalent to without implicit. So this is my ID, and let me save this and go to the spec file. Let me copy the same functionality of this it statement and paste here. Here with no implicit and no implicit value. Let me remove this context. And here we have detected, and here we bought the ID, but the ID will be changing because the dynamic ID value is without implicit. Let me remove this implicit container ID and pass without implicit, and here also let me pass without implicit. Now whenever we are passing the without implicit, we will not get any inner HTML of this paragraph, so it will be always empty. And also if you see the head element, the name, whatever we are passing, it should be how are you. Let me copy this how are you and pass inside this equal. So the head element should be equal to my how are you case, and the paragraph should be equivalent to empty case. Let me save this, and if you see here, both has been successfully qualified. That means we are able to test the second case with one more dynamic ID. And here we have one div element, and inside the div element we have ng container, and here we will be testing in a different way by using this parent element instead of passing this particular ID. So what I can do is I can create one ID is equal to div element, and inside the div element I can set both the paragraph element as well as the div element. That means it will have two children. This div element will be considering as a two children, and the two children can be checked by using this div element. So let me save this and go to the spec file. Let me create one more it case. It of what is my it case here? So div element check with ng template outlet. So this is my name of the statement, and let me use debug element or fixture dot detect changes, and whenever it is stable, fixture dot when stable, what I want to do, dot then of it is having a callback. Inside the callback, let me check the elements. Let me get the element first. Div element. So what is my div element? It is of type HTML div element equal to fixture dot debug element dot native element dot query selector of what is my div id. The div id is equivalent to my div element. Let me copy this and hash pass the value. Now we got the div element. What is my expectation? It has to exist. So div element to be truthy. So my value is true. It should exist. And then the second expectation is expectation of div element dot children dot length is equivalent to 2 equal of what it should be equal to. The children should be equivalent to 2 because it should have one paragraph and it should have one heading element. So let me go to the spec file again and let me check the div element children values. So div element dot children of 0 dot inner HTML. That means it should be equal to your paragraph. So what is my paragraph value? Are we sending this paragraph value? That means build value in this? No. Why? Because the build value is equal to your implicit value. But here we are not sending any implicit value. We are sending only the name. So my paragraph value will be empty. And then expect one more element, that is div element dot children of 1 dot inner HTML. That should be equal to your name which you are passing. What is the name I am passing here? The name whatever I am passing is some external data. Let me copy this some external data and pass here. We can use semicolon. Let me save this, and if you see here, 3 test cases has been successfully passed. That means here we can test our ng container even without passing a dynamic ID. But in this case, we had a parent ID, so there is no need to check with my internal ID or implicit ID. So always use the implicit ID or pass it as a context when there is no parent variable. If you have the parent variable, it is easy to identify and capture. So now what I want to do is I want to test this dynamic content. So let me use an ID in the parent one. Why? Because we are using obj context. That obj context is coming dynamically from my TS. If I hard code some value here, that is not in a proper format and that cannot be a dynamic value. So for that sake, we have already this ID in the parent one, that is parent div. Let me create dynamic ID. So this dynamic ID should have 2 children and we can check from that 2 children. Let me save this HTML. Let me go to the spec file and copy the same content with this div element and we will change the ID. What is my changing that ID? The dynamic ID. Let me copy this dynamic ID and pass here. It will have 2 children, and in this case the inner HTML of the first child, that means the paragraph child, will be equal to my implicit value. What is my implicit value? I can use directly my component instance dot obj dot implicit value, and also here we can use the heading value. The heading value equal to component instance dot obj context dot name. That will be equal to my name. Let me save this, and here we are checking our ng template outlet dynamic value. Ng template outlet from controller with container. So let me save this, and if you see, all the 4 has been successfully passed. And let me go to the same HTML content and let me pass one more ID for this ng template. So the same case, but we are testing with the ng template instead of ng container. So dynamic ID template. So let me save this and I will check this particular dynamic ID template. Let me copy the same it statement and paste here ng template outlet from the controller with ng template. So we are checking with ng template, and in this case my ID will be equivalent to dynamic ID template. Let me copy this and pass here, and also that will be equal to children of 2 and also the same implicit value and the name. So even if you want to change this implicit value and the name, we can change it. We'll check in the next test case. Let me save this, and 5 successful. So what I want to do is I want to change this object context dynamically. So let me copy this and paste one more copy ng template outlet from the controller with ng template by changing component instance value. So what I want to do, I want to change that component instance value. Component instance dot obj context is equal to, what is the values? it has a value called as dollar implicit value. I'll update it with update implicit. So this is one, and also there is one more value, that is name. That means updated name. I can give updated name. Let me give semicolon, and here the value will be equivalent to our updated implicit value. So I can give directly in this component instance dot obj context dot dollar implicit, but I want to check with the text itself so that it will give better understanding. Let me copy this updated name and pass here. So even we can change our component instance obj context dynamically, and 6 has been successfully passed. So this is how we will be testing our Angular ng template outlet and ng template outlet context by using our Angular unit testing. So hope you guys understand my explanation. If you like my video, please like, share, subscribe to my channel for more updates. Signing off. Thank you.